Hey guys, in this video we're going to learn how to draw Sonic and Knuckles from the movie. It will be kind of a realistic pencil shading version, kind of realistic. Alright, let's get started. Okay, the first thing we want to talk about is the light source. In this image of Sonic, you see that the light is coming from the left and from the right, so it's coming from both sides. As you can see, I'm gonna start with really simple basic shapes. One thing you'll notice here is that Sonic doesn't really have a neck. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're doing your drawing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the shoes here. One thing about the shoes to note is that you'll see like I do two straight lines for the heel and the foot and then a round line overall. So maybe that'll help you guys because I know feet can be hard to draw for some people. All right, next, we're gonna go ahead and do the arms now. Again, with the arms, I wanna really simplify it. This arm over here, if you look at it, it's a little bit like a cube. You guys see that? So hopefully you guys know how to draw like a basic cube. Try drawing a basic cube for the arm. It'll look pretty good. Okay, now we'll go ahead and start working on the shapes for the head. Again, just doing really simple kind of triangle stuff. Notice when you're working on the face, the eyes are sitting pretty low, okay? It's like less than halfway down the face. And go ahead and start working a bit on the face. All right, I think we can just about start shading. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the arm. Okay, when we're thinking about the shading, I'm starting with the arm. And one thing we wanna think about is the blue is much darker and then the gloves are white. Okay, so they're gonna be much lighter. So when you're shading the blue part of Sonic, make sure to get that significantly darker. Something I'll say is like, I'll tell my students, think about like milk chocolate and dark chocolate, okay? You'll notice when I'm doing the shoes, that part of the shoe that's white, I keep it really light. And then when I'm doing the shadow on the red part of the shoe, I keep it much darker. Now I'm gonna start shading the right side and the light is coming from another angle. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and start working on that body. You'll notice that the light source is coming from two different sides, a little bit confusing, but it looks kind of cool. It's very cinematic. All right, finally, we can start working on that head. Again, light source coming from both angles. You'll notice that the ears are casting a shadow on the head. The middle part is going to be the darkest area. The left and the right are both going to have light shining on them. Do keep note that the head, the blue part, is going to be fairly dark, while the mouth part is going to be fairly light. Alright, and that's about it for Sonic. Alright guys, now we're gonna go ahead and draw Knuckles. So Knuckles is actually a little bit easier. The light source is only coming from the left side. There's a little bit of rim light coming from the right, but not very much. Again, start with really basic shapes. Now, one thing we notice here, the color red is used to symbolize people with a little bit more of a temper. So if you look at like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Raphael is, the one who's like angry all the time. And then Knuckles is the more angry one. Whereas like blue, usually it symbolizes like people with a more calmer demeanor. So like Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Sonic, a little bit more friendly. You'll notice that the blue is used to symbolize a more calm personality. So you can use that in your character design. All right. Again, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the hands. You'll notice that the hands are a little bit more boxy than Sonic's. It's more rectangular, bigger fist, right? His name is Knuckles, so we really want to emphasize those knuckles that we're drawing. All right, I'm going to work on the face now. Again, pretty low, unless eyes are set on the face. He has those kind of tendrils coming down, a little bit like Ahsoka from Star Wars. All right, and we can start doing the details now, working just a little bit of the thumbs, and I'll be drawing a little bit of the knuckles, the round things as well. There's like little spikes coming from his from his knuckles. Hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Remember, when you're drawing, you want to take time to stand up and press that like button, okay? It's gonna really help me out. So make sure to like and subscribe if you guys would like to see more art content. Okay, I'm working on a little bit of detail and stuff here. Now I'm starting on shading. Again, the light source is coming from the left-hand side, and everything on the right is going to be a bit lighter. Everything on the right is going to be a bit darker. Doing a little bit of shoe action there. Notice how I kind of drew some cylinders where the shoe met the leg. And again, When it's red, I'm gonna make it a bit darker. And when it's the white glove, I'll let that be a little bit lighter, okay? All right, shading the shoe just a little bit. We're getting there. All right, now shading the head. Shade that head in. Again, the whole top of the head is going to be significantly darker. I know the red seems really bright in the photo, but when you're using pencil to shade this in, go ahead and just make that a bit darker so it will contrast against the mouth part, which is going to be a bit more light. One thing to kind of advanced art tip here, when you have a soft edge, that means it's a form shadow. That's like something's like a circle. And when you have a sharp edge, usually that happens when you have a cast shadow. So you'll notice like under the chin, there are some areas where the shadow is sharp. That's because a cast shadow is happening. So yeah, that's about it for Knuckles. I worked on it a little bit more after, and here we go. So again, thank you guys so much for checking this out. Let me know what you guys would like to see next. Okay, bye.